And then my parents came in June of '86 with the two younger ones. It was such a happy time for the whole family to be together again. I am so grateful to this country and for all the opportunities to work myself through the chain, and the ladder, the corporate ladder, if you want to put it that way, going from a teller to an executive at a bank that I helped start. I was the first employee at this bank, and we started it from zero. And that not every banker in America has the opportunity to do. And I, as an immigrant, had the opportunity to start a bank. Next year, in 2015, I'll be the chair of the Big Brothers Big Sisters of the Twin Cities board. And I also help other organizations like Opportunity International, which is the reason why it took me back to Nicaragua in December of 2012. After having not been there for many, many years. And of course, I also have written two books now, one that I published called Devotions for Working Women, because I truly wanted to help women in the workforce. And then the second book called Your Gifts, Your Calling, How to Connect the Two. I left all my friends in Nicaragua, and then again in Dominican Republic, all my friends from my teenage years. I was there from 13 to 19. So me personally, I left friendships, and that's why now I feel that I'm so attached to people, and to me friendships are like a treasure, they're like gold. And that's why I'm also so attached to this country. This is my land now, this is my home, and I don't want to leave. Even Minnesota, despite the horrible weather, I don't want to leave ever again anywhere.
Bravo!
Thank you so much. When I look at all the other stories, they're just amazing stories. So, good evening, everybody. How's everybody doing? It's summer, it's not winter, we're good, right? So I wanted to thank Thea and the board of directors of Green Card Voices for choosing my story. I tell you, when I looked at all the other ones, I spent a lot of time reading, looking at them. Any one of them could have been here. So I'm very grateful that you guys chose mine. So to all of you fellow immigrants, your stories are amazing, they're interesting, they're fascinating, and they're motivating to others. So when I met with Thea, I asked her, what would you like me to share? Because I love to tell stories, so I could be here all night. So, and I only have like 15 or 20 minutes. So she's like, okay, tell them why you decided to share your story. So, and as you heard today, Green Card Voices' vision is to give us immigrants a voice in the United States of America, and to show that our contributions to this country. We start businesses, we employ people, we are interesting, we're fun people with funny accents. All of us have a different one. It's so funny when you hear two immigrants with different accents. We're like, what? Did I miss that? And I was at the exhibit and I was telling my husband, I'm like, oh my gosh, I can share so much with all these immigrants. We have so much in common. We have gone through so much of the same funny things that happen to all of us. But I really believe that we're all unique, we're different, we have different flavors, and we bring spice to life. At least that's what I tell my husband. I'm like, I'm the spice in your life. And I don't know if you've heard, and I don't even know if this is true or not, but I have heard that if you learn another language by the age of 10, then you don't get an accent in that second language. But I learned English at 11, so I missed the deadline. I now have Nicaraguan accent mixed with Dominican accent and the Minnesota. So anyway, so what I did is, why am I sharing my story? And I have four main reasons. One is to help change the perception of immigrants. We all have that exercise to do, write words that come to your mind when you hear the word immigrant. And most of the time they're negative thoughts. They're poor, they're lazy, they're uneducated, they don't know what they're doing, or they're, factory workers, whatever. And one of my purposes is we need to change that to a positive feeling, to positive thoughts. We are hardworking people, we're smart, we're interesting, we're hardworking, we're successful, we're role models, and we want to inspire and encourage others. So that was my first thing. Second one, I want to remind all Americans that we are all immigrants. We just happen to be first generation. Unless you're a Native American, everybody came from somewhere else. And this country was created and formed from all kinds of different countries, and that's why the melting pot, it is real. We are a group of people from everywhere. And then also to share our contributions to America, to this country. When I first came here, I came 19 years old, like you said there, with my little suitcase, one in this case, and this family opened their home to me. Americans are very welcoming, and they like to help people. So I want to share my school story in here because it was something that they asked me to do, and it didn't fit in my 6 minutes of fame that I had right there. So anyway, so I came here, and the home of the people that hosted me was about 2 blocks from the University of St. Thomas. So I remember going around jogging that university that is so beautiful. I don't know if you've seen it, but it's just a beautiful campus, and I was just yearning to go to school. I am a learner. That's one of my 5 top strengths from the Strengths Finder. So for a learner to go around the college and not be able to go to school, and I started in Dominican Republic when I was 18, just like everybody else. I did a 1.5 years before coming here. And I remember going around just yearning to go to school, and I couldn't. That was a luxury I couldn't have at that time. And I didn't have anyone to help me go to school at that time. So I had to go to work. And so I did. And in New Year's Eve of '86, which is the year that I came, is when I met my husband, and we got married in 1988, and we had the 2 kids. And by the way, I told my husband, like, honey, I was looking for you in the wrong country. I finally found you. So anyways, it took me to come all the way to Minnesota to find you. So we had both kids. We were both working. We were really young. We were both working full-time. He was going to school full-time as well. So he graduated in 1991.